Alright, so good morning and welcome back here. I wanted to give another more long-term update on the Adidas Evo SL, which is on my feet right now. Yeah, I've gotten this to a quite staggering 250 kilometers now, so that's really a lot of mileage in a pretty short space of time. I mean, me putting that much running in just one model is, yeah, should tell you how much I like this shoe. Yeah, you know what makes this such an impressive shoe is really just the versatility of this thing. I mean, you know, I'm in Düsseldorf this weekend and I did a speed session last night, doing an easy run today and doing a long run tomorrow. And you know, that's three very different kind of runs. I took one shoe with me and that is this one. Yeah, like I said, I've done now 250 kilometers in this, and you know, with this Continental rubber, you just wouldn't believe how durable this stuff is. I mean, this is quite a thin spreading of material, but in terms of wear, well, there's just nothing here. Maybe this very sort of top layer has smoothed out a bit, and yeah, we do have some slight discoloration here, but this is looking very, very impressive. Yeah, you know, this feels as good as ever and as bouncy as ever, and just the same as Lightstrike Pro always does. I mean, this foam has been around for quite a while now, and we know at this point how this stuff feels, and we know that this is a very durable foam, so it's not something I'd be personally worried about if I were you.
Zwischen Fahrzeug und Bahnsteig.
Yeah, I just like the foam in this. You know, this is the now old school Lightstrike Pro, so not the same stuff we get in the Adios Pro 4. This is a bit firmer than that, but this is still quite a soft landing. It does have a lot of cushion to it, but you don't get this extreme squishiness. This is a bit more conventional. It has a lot of rebound to it, and it feels like it sort of springs you back very quickly, and yeah, makes this a very, very bouncy kind of ride. The thing with this one is there is no plate or rods or anything in this. This is just Lightstrike Pro, but just trying to bend this shoe, this is actually a pretty rigid setup and it does not have a lot of torsional flex either. You do get a bit of flex here in the forefoot and you do notice that while running, but otherwise this is, yeah, a very rigid platform. Yeah, it's crazy. For all intents and purposes, this runs like a plated shoe. I've noticed the same kind of sensation that you end up running quicker than you think you're going and having a lower heart rate as well. So I think this very much goes head to head with super trainers like the Mach X2 or the Zoomfly 6 for me. It just feels light underfoot. It feels like a light shoe and it runs a lot more minimal than the numbers would suggest with this high stack height. Yeah, you just notice instantly running in this that this has a massive rocker to it. The stiffness just really accentuates that well. You just have this feeling that, you know, you're tipping off the edge of a stair with every step you take. Yeah, it's just such an aggressive ride. Yeah, I do understand that that's probably not gonna be for everyone, you know. Yeah, just like, you know, this shoe feels so agile underfoot. It's lightweight, as I said, and there's just not much to it, if you know what I mean. Ooh. Quite icy here. Yeah, one thing I just want to point out with this one is, depending on how you run, this might not be the most stable shoe underfoot. It is a high stack and it is kind of an unstructured upper, and I do notice on very easy kind of recovery runs that do wobble around a little bit with this. Here's one thing I've noticed with this shoe, and something I do have to criticize it for, is grip in wet conditions is, well, not quite ideal. You know, it's just this pattern of rubber, or well, more the lack of a pattern in the first place. I mean, it's fine on, you know, most kind of roads, but once you have slightly muddy patches or some wet leaves or something like that, I mean, of course, at the end of the day, Adidas is saving weight with this kind of outsole, but you do notice it's not quite the same as having a lug pattern underfoot. Very minor annoyance on this shoe is the tongue, and yeah, as I'm putting this on, you can see that this does kind of tend to fold in on itself and makes it a bit finicky, but you know, otherwise I think this upper is pretty much perfect. Yeah, it's just a very nice kind of blend of a, you know, trainer and racer, as it does feel quite minimal, but yeah, you know, it does have padding in the right places, like a bit back here in the heel, and it does have quite a bit of structure back there as well, and yeah, nice bit of sponge right here in the tongue where you tie the laces, but overall this material is quite thin and unstructured. Yeah, and I mean, you always have to consider this is a very cheap shoe. I mean, this is only 150 euros. If you consider what else we have on the market, it's just nothing like it. So Adidas is unfortunately still making this kind of a scarce shoe. It is now popping up on quite a few websites, but still kind of hard to find, which is just a shame for such a great shoe, and they really need to get this out to more people. So yeah, I think that's about it on the Evo SL here. Yeah, 250 kilometers in, and I do have to say this is probably one of my favorite shoes I've ever run in. Just so versatile and so much fun to run in. I'm gonna refrain from doing too many more videos on this. I will do a more long-term update when I've done something like, I don't know, 400, 500k in this or something. But for now, I think I've said pretty much everything I want to say on this shoe. And yeah, hope you found this entertaining. And yeah, like and subscribe as always, and see you on the next one.